Hi everyone! So today I basically wanted to show you guys how I paint my nails. Today I'm using an SE nail polish. This is into Taboo, and I wanted to show you guys kind of step by step how I do this in the neatest way possible. I start by wiping off one side of my brush so that I only have nail polish on one side. And then what I do is I put the brush up close to my cuticle, but not all the way touching it. And then I slide it slightly forward and then bring it straight down. Then I go back up to the side, bring it down, up to the other side, bring it down, and then I smooth out any parts that are bumped up. So I have a very thin layer. As you can see, I did make a little mistake here, and that does happen. So what I do is I take a wooden orange stick with a pointy end, and I just go in while the paint's still wet and gently clean that up. To me, this is much faster and much easier than waiting until your polish has dried to clean it up with acetone. Now I'm going to move on to my other nails so you can see more of the process. I put the brush down, slide it back towards the cuticle, not touching, bring it down, go in, fill in this side, go back up and fill in the other side. And then I just go lightly over the top again to make sure that the coat is thin and even. Now I'm going to quickly finish the rest of the first coat on my nails so you can see basically how quick it goes once you have some practice. Alright, my first coat is entirely done. I'm going to let my nails sit for just a little bit to get dry. Since I used a very thin layer, it won't take very long. Since this nail polish is a semi-matte nail polish, it's pretty easy to tell when they're completely dry because it goes from shiny to a semi-matte finish. They're all dry now, as you can see. They're not as glossy anymore. So now I'm going to go back in and do my second coat of polish. Again, this is a very thin coat, and I apply this exactly the same way as I apply the first coat. The trick to keeping your nail polish from bubbling up, from chipping, from doing that weird thing where it doesn't dry completely and it dents even a couple days later is to use very thin coats and letting them dry in between. I cannot stress enough how important this is. If, like in this nail, you saw that I had way too much on my brush after I did the first stroke, so I went back, wiped off some polish, and then I went back and finished the nail. I'm going to go through and just finish putting the second coat on the rest of my nails. Now that that's all done, I'm going to go in immediately with my Sashay Vite while the polish is still wet. Sashay Vite has to be put on still wet polish. There is a trick to using it, and I'm going to show you. Normally, if you paint over a polish while it is still wet, you will have the problem of the polish streaking. Sashay Vite is very, very thick. So what you want to do is make sure that there is a bubble of product on the end of it. See that nice thick bubble at the end there? You're going to take that nice thick bubble and place that on your nail and just lightly pull it over the rest of your nail. And then you're also going to swipe the brush along the tip of your nail. This goes on very, very thick. That's a good thing. It's supposed to. It goes down through all the layers of your nail polish and basically fuses them together and fuses them to your nail. So you want it to go on very, very thick. The reason you want to make sure to cap the tip of your nail like I show you is to make sure that it does not shrink your polish. Sashay will pull your nail polish away from the edges of your nail, which is fine at your cuticles because having that little gap there is always good. But at the end of your nails, if you don't cap them, you're going to look like you have tip wear once they're dried. So always make sure to cap them. And if while you're painting you feel like your brush is too dry and you're dragging, go back and get a little bit more. You don't want to feel like you are dragging on the polish or affecting the wet polish in any way. It kind of makes more sense when you go to actually use it. So hopefully I'm describing this well enough. So I'm going to apply Sashay Vite to all 5 of my fingernails. Let them dry completely, which usually takes about 30 seconds to a minute. And then I'm going to go and do the whole process on my other hand. Alright, and here are my nails all finished. As you can see, they are super glossy. I do not have any splotches on my cuticles. They look very neat, very clean. I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or comments or just want to say hi, go ahead and do that down in the comments below. I love hearing from you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on JoannaBrooks.net and on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. I am pretty much everywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!